To today's explainer. Let's jump right in, shall we? Today, we're going on a bit of a journey. It's actually a true story about a beginner investor who stood right on the edge of a slick, totally devastating financial trap. We're going to break down exactly how you can verify your investments step by step so you never fall victim to those fake abs or phantom promises that can just wipe out your hard-earned savings in the blink of an eye.
So I want you to really think about this for a second. Have you ever been, scrolling on your phone and seen an ad, or maybe you got a random DM offering you massive profits with absolutely zero risk? Well, that exact super tempting promise is exactly how our protagonist's dangerous encounter with a fake investment app began. They were promised the moon, fast money, guaranteed returns, literally no downsides whatsoever. Sounds like the perfect fast track to wealth, right? But as we'll see, that is the ultimate red flag in the financial world.
And just to put into perspective why this matters so much, 114.9 trillion rupiah, yeah, trillion with a T. That is the staggering total amount of money lost by Indonesians to illegal investments over a single decade, according to official data. I mean, to put that into perspective, that's life-changing money for millions of people just gone. Our beginner investor, they were just one single click away from throwing their life savings right into this massive black hole. It's a shocking figure for sure, and it really highlights the extreme, real-world stakes we're dealing with here.
Now, what's crucial to understand is that these aren't just abstract numbers on a spreadsheet, right? They represent real, devastating events that completely ruined lives. For example, back in 2019, the MeMiles case ran a Ponzi scheme dangling these huge, irresistible bonuses, and it ended up wiping out 300 billion rupiah. Or, in 2017, First Travel promised massive profits through fake Umrah packages, costing victims a staggering 848 billion rupiah. Our hypothetical investor was standing right on the precipice of becoming just another tragic line item on a table exactly like this. They were caught up in all the hype, totally unaware of the danger lurking behind that sleek app interface.
So the key here is really knowing the difference between what's legit and what's a total trap. On the legal side, legitimate investments are supervised by the OJK, that's the Financial Services Authority. They offer logical returns, and they are completely transparent about how your money is managed. On the illegal side, well, those are the glaring red flags our protagonist finally started to notice. Illegal investments love to claim they're entirely free of risk. They promise completely unreasonable quick profits, like making 10% in a week, which is crazy, and they heavily rely on forced member-get-member recruiting. Look, if an app is literally begging you to recruit your friends just to get a payout, you need to turn around and run.
Because honestly, the disaster of ignoring this legality is absolute. If our beginner investor had let greed blind them and skipped verifying the app, here is exactly what would have happened. First, a total loss of their hard-earned funds. Gone. Second, absolutely zero legal protection. If the app vanishes, your money vanishes right along with it, and no authority can legally force them to give it back because, well, they operate completely outside the law. Third, the misuse of sensitive personal data. Just think about your ID cards being used by criminals to open up illegal loans in your name. And finally, the crushing realization that those massive profits showing on your screen, fictitious. They were entirely fake, just random numbers typed on a screen to keep you depositing more and more money.
And this brings us to the ultimate shield for any investor in Indonesia. I want you to think of OJK legality as your financial bulletproof vest, or, a highly trained security guard always watching your back. The Financial Services Authority is an independent state institution that strictly regulates and supervises financial services. So when an investment is registered and supervised by OJK, it basically wears this armor. It means the company actually complies with strict regulations, providing you with a critical layer of legal protection. Stepping into the investment world without this shield, it's literally a recipe for absolute disaster.
Okay, so here's the climax of our story. Our protagonist is holding their phone, finger just hovering over the screen, literally about to transfer all their savings, but then they remember that bulletproof vest. They stop, they decide to check, and here is exactly how they save their money using an incredibly simple WhatsApp process. Step 1. Save the official OJK WhatsApp number. Step 2. Open the chat and just type the word menu. Step 3. Select Check Legalitas, which means check legality. Step 4. Enter the exact company or app name. And step 5, just wait a few seconds for the official status reply. It is really that easy.
I really want you to burn this number into your memory. This is your quick rescue lifeline, OJK's official verified WhatsApp. The number is 081-157-157-157. Always make sure it has the blue verification check mark so you know it's the real deal. So, our investor typed in the name of that slick, tempting app, and within seconds, the system fired back the truth. The entity had absolutely no official operating license. It was a complete fake. Just like that, the trap was disarmed. Now, maybe you're someone who prefers to actually talk to a real human being. Maybe the WhatsApp reply left you wanting a bit more detail, or you just want absolute 100% certainty. Well, you have another direct guard. You can simply call the 157 Consumer Service Line. If our investor had any lingering doubts, dialing 157 would have connected them directly with an OJK officer for immediate human verification. It's a completely free service, and it's there specifically to protect you. And there are even more transparent tools at your disposal, like the official Contact 157 consumer service portal, which you can easily find at contact157.ojk.go.id. It's just another official avenue available for anyone to double-check a suspicious app. You can use it to search right through directories of legal entities, ensuring that the platform you're trusting with your financial future is actually permitted to operate legally in the country.
But here's the best part. Our protagonists didn't just walk away breathing a sigh of relief. No, they took one final, incredibly empowering step. They realized that if they almost fell for it, thousands of others probably would too. So they reported the scam to stop the criminals in their tracks. How do you do that? First, use the Waspada Nastasi portal at sipastiojk.go.id. Second, you can report fraudulent transactions directly to the Indonesia Anti-Scam Center, or the ASC, or, simply call 157 or use that official WhatsApp service we just talked about. Reporting doesn't just protect you, it protects your entire community.
Let's actually zoom in on that reporting aspect for a second, because this is a real game changer. If you ever need it, the specific email for the Indonesia Anti-Scam Center is iasc@ojk.go.id. If you spot a fraudulent transaction, or if you unfortunately did end up sending money, reporting it here incredibly fast is vital. Fast reporting can sometimes allow authorities to step in and freeze those stolen funds before the scammers have a chance to make them vanish completely. It's absolutely your best line of defense when things go wrong.
Which brings us to the end of our explainer today, and I want to leave you with a provocative thought to take away. Is your current investment truly shielded by OJK, or are you just hoping you won't be the next victim? Seriously, don't leave your financial future to chance, and never, ever rely on blind trust. Take immediate action. Use the 157 call center, use their verified WhatsApp number, and verify your investments today. Be the smart investor who steps around the trap, not the one who falls in. Thank you so much for joining me, and please keep your investments safe.